Hello YouTubers, DIYDan here with another DIY video. Today's video I'm going to show you how to install a smart thermostat. I bought a Ecobee thermostat and today it just arrived via FedEx, so let's go ahead and get this thing open. Here's a remote sensor. There's the thermostat itself. That's the holder for the remote sensor. And this is one of the main reasons why I bought it. It comes with a power kit. If you don't have the C-wire, then you will definitely need one of these for most smart thermostats. And here's your wall mount. You can mount it up on the wall like so. Quick start guide here. What else we got? Got an installation guide. Okay, looks like what I read on the internet before I bought it. There's the labels that we're going to be using. Alright, looks like I got everything, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is turn off the circuit breaker to your furnace. So in my case, it is circuit breaker 40, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn it off. Okay, to make sure that I have the furnace turned off by using the correct breaker, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can manually turn it back on again. And I see it's trying to send a signal to turn it on, but I'm not hearing anything happening, which tells me it looks like I got the correct breaker. So we can go ahead and proceed to the next step. In step 2, we want to remove the old thermostat and label the wires. In my case, in order to remove the old thermostat, I need to use a small flathead screwdriver. Once I have the old thermostat removed, I can see the wires and how they are labeled. Next, I use a smartphone to take a picture of the wires just in case if I need to refer back to them. For my home, the green wire is G, red wire is R, Y wire is blue, and the W wire is white. Keep in mind that the color codes of your wires may differ from mine, which is fine. We are more concerned about how the wires are labeled than what color they are. Next, use the provided decals in the kit to start labeling the wires. I removed and labeled one wire at a time to prevent any accidental mix-ups. Once we have all the wires labeled, we are now ready to remove the old thermostat. For my thermostat, I needed to use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the two screws that secure the thermostat to the wall. After removing the two screws, pull the thermostat away from the wall and carefully pull the wires through. Since my HVAC system does not utilize a C-wire, I will need to install the Ecobee power extender kit. If your old thermostat has a C-wire, then you can skip this step. In order to install the power extender kit, we need to remove the cover from the furnace and locate the control board. The control board looks something like this and will have the same markings of letters on it as your thermostat. Once you have located the control board, take a picture of the wires with your smartphone in case you need to reference them later. Next, remove the wires from the control board using a flathead screwdriver. The color of the wires and their connections should correspond with what you found on your thermostat. For my home, green wire is connected to G, the blue wire is connected to Y, the red wire is connected to RC, and the white wire is connected to W. All of these wires correspond to what I found on my thermostat. Once the wires are removed from the control board, label them with the decals provided in the kit. Straightening the wires with needle nose pliers will allow for the wires to install much easier into the power extender kit. We are now ready to install the power extender kit. Split the case apart using a flathead screwdriver. Once the power extender kit is open, you will see two halves. One half has wires coming out of it and will connect to the control board inside the furnace. The other half will accept the wires that we just removed from the control board and also straightened out with needle nose pliers. Next, install a power extender kit that is pre-wired for the terminals on the furnace control board. You will notice the wires from the power extender kit are already labeled. Make sure to install them to their corresponding terminals on the control board. I had to use a set of needle nose pliers and bend the ends of the wires into a U shape in order to get them to fit around the terminals on my furnace control board. You might have to do the same. Once you have the power extender kit hooked up to the control board, it should look something like this. We are now ready to install the other half of the power extender kit. This half will accept the wires that we just straightened and removed from the furnace control board. These wires also lead to the thermostat. In order to install the wires, push down on the tab and slide the wire in. The tabs will stay in the down position if the wires have been installed properly. Once you have all the wires installed, we are now ready to mount the power extender kit. Find a location that is dry and will not strain the wires. Once you have a location picked out, clean the area and use the provided double-sided tape to mount it. Since we are done with the installation of the power extender kit, you can now reinstall the cover to the furnace. We are now ready to install the mounting bracket to the wall. Use the built-in level on the wall mount to get it positioned perfectly on your wall. Once you have the wall mount level, mark the mounting holes with a pencil. Before I drill the holes for the new thermostat, I need to remove the old mounting anchors and patch them. In order to remove the plastic anchors from the drywall, I use an old screw to pull them out. Once I have the old anchors removed, I use some drywall spackle and a putty knife to fill the holes. Once the spackle is dried, use a sanding block to get the drywall smooth. Spend time getting this step right, as any imperfections will show up when you paint it. Next, use a 3/16 inch drill bit to drill new mounting holes for the thermostat. After the holes are drilled, use a hammer to tap the new mounting anchors into the drywall. Next, apply paint to the area you just spackled and sanded. Once the paint is dry, use the provided screws to secure the back plate to the wall. Next, install the wires to their corresponding terminals on the back plate. To install the wires, press down on the release lever and slide the wire in. When the wires are properly installed, the release lever or tab will stay lowered to indicate proper installation. To ensure the wires are installed correctly, give them a light tug. We are almost there. Connect the thermostat to its mounting cradle and turn on the breaker to your HVAC system. If you connected everything correctly, the thermostat should power on and boot into its setup mode. Follow the very easy on-screen instructions to complete the setup process. I found the setup very intuitive to follow and only took a few minutes of my time to complete. Make sure you have your password to your Wi-Fi network handy, as you will need it in order to complete the setup process. When you get to the very end of the setup process, your thermostat will give you a registration code. This code is needed in order to set up an account on Ecobee's website. Once I completed the setup process of the thermostat, I started on configuration of the room sensor. I was really shocked how easy it is to pair the sensor to the thermostat. All I had to do was stand in front of the thermostat and pull the plastic tab on the back of the room sensor. The thermostat immediately recognized the sensor and asked me to name it. I recommend putting the room sensor in a spot where you spend the most time. Overall, I'm really impressed in how Ecobee executed the design of their smart thermostat. The instructions, quality, and simplistic design made it easy to install in my home. I really like the fact that it can be integrated with Apple's HomeKit. Other functions I like are the phone app and the ability to access my thermostat from Ecobee's website. The website login made it a breeze to set up a heating schedule when we are away, home, or asleep. If simplicity and ease of use are a top priority, definitely give the Ecobee3 a look-see. Congrats! You just saved yourself anywhere from $200 to $300 by installing this thermostat yourself. If you thought this video was helpful, please click the like button. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer them. Good luck!